Greetings and welcome to the Vuzix first quarter ending March 31st, 2021 financial results and business update conference call. At this time, all participants are in a listen-only mode. A brief question and answer session will follow the formal presentation. If anyone should require operator assistance during the conference, please press *0 on your telephone keypad. As a reminder, this call is being recorded. Now, I would like to turn the call over to Ed McGregor, Director of Investor Relations at Vuzix. Mr. McGregor, you may begin.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Vuzix first quarter ending March 31st financial results and business update conference call. With us today are Vuzix CEO Paul Travers and CFO Grant Russell. Before I turn the call over to Paul, I would like to remind you that on this call, management's prepared remarks may contain forward-looking statements which are subject to risks and uncertainties, and management may make additional forward-looking statements during the question and answer session. Therefore, the company claims the protection of the safe harbor for forward-looking statements that are contained in the Private Securities Litigation Reform Act of 1995. Actual results could differ materially from those contemplated by any forward-looking statements as a result of certain factors, including, but not limited to, general economic and business conditions, competitive factors, changes in business strategy or development plans, and the ability to attract and retain qualified personnel, as well as changes in legal and regulatory requirements. In addition, any projections as to the company's future performance represent management's estimates as of today, May 10th, 2021. Vuzix assumes no obligation to update these projections in the future as market conditions change. This afternoon, the company issued a press release announcing its financial results and filed its 10-Q with the SEC, so participants in this call who may not have already done so may wish to look at those documents, as the company will provide a summary of the results discussed on today's call. Today's call may include certain non-GAAP financial measures. When required, reconciliation to the most directly comparable financial measure calculated and presented in accordance with GAAP can be found in the company's Form 10-Q filing at sec.gov, which is also available at www.vuzix.com. I will now turn the call over to Vuzix CEO Paul Travers, who will give an overview of the company's operating results and business outlook. Paul will then turn the call over to Grant Russell, Vuzix CFO, who will provide an overview of the company's first quarter financial results. Paul will then return to make some closing remarks, after which we will move to the Q&A session. Paul?
Thank you, Ed. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Vuzix Q1 2021 conference call. Vuzix smart glasses continue to be called upon by our enterprise customer base to solve operational challenges across a variety of market verticals and use cases. Demand for Vuzix smart glasses continues to be broad-based, both in terms of industry verticals and geographies, and our customer base and average order volumes continue to increase. Looking back over the last 5 years, our first quarter has historically been one of the softest quarters of the year for Vuzix, a common occurrence for many technology hardware firms. Yet despite this seasonality pattern, we achieved record quarterly smart glasses sales of $3.8 million during the first quarter. Our total Q1 revenue was just over $3.9 million and represented a comparative year-over-year quarterly increase of 156%, led by an increase in smart glasses sales of 177% in the period. During the quarter, we significantly strengthened our balance sheet following ongoing cash warrant exercises and a $80 million quarter-end capital raise. Further, on April 1st, we received the proceeds of the full exercise by the underwriters of their over-allotment option, bringing further net proceeds of $12 million. These actions brought our pro forma cash position to approximately $145 million as of April 1st. This cash position provides Vuzix with the capital resources to pursue a number of strategic opportunities that should have a meaningful impact on our business results and ultimately shareholder value. Moreover, our vastly improved balance sheet has yielded uniformly positive feedback from most of our larger enterprise and OEM customers. And once again, I'm pleased to report that our second quarter is off to a good start in terms of smart glasses demand. Our customer order pipeline continues to strengthen, and we look forward to bringing you more customer order news through the balance of the year. Taking a quick look at our quarterly sales trend for smart glasses, you can see that there continues to be a clear pattern of steady demand growth. It's a very exciting time for Vuzix, as this industry has started to gain meaningful traction and should be on its way to becoming a multi-billion-dollar industry over the next several years. I would like to share with you a few of our key operating goals for 2021, some of which we discussed on our conference call in March. They are to continue growing sales and the deployment of order size of our M Series and Blade smart glasses. I'll share more on this shortly. Increase recurring SaaS revenue from internally developed software, strategic initiatives with partnerships, and potential acquisitions. Continue the development of our next generation micro LED based smart glasses for introduction to key customers and strategic partners. Broaden the depth of our OEM program engagements, resulting in follow-on NRE programs and/or commencement of volume production. And strengthen and expand Vuzix IP portfolio around next generation smart glasses, including micro LED based display engine technology and waveguide optics. COVID continues to impact economic conditions around the world. Segments of our e-commerce, logistics, and warehousing businesses were taken to their knees in 2020 by COVID. More specifically, planned pilots and volume implementations of smart glasses technologies were put on indefinite holds. Despite the continuing COVID challenges, companies are clearly looking to the future, and as such, we are now seeing increased inbound interest and order flows related to the reopening of the economy from many businesses that were previously offline due to COVID. As a result, we're now responding to requests from new and existing customers within logistics, warehousing, retail picking, e-commerce, and third-party logistics that are looking to scale rollouts ranging from hundreds to many thousands of units. Many of these companies are dealing with increasing numbers of online transactions and package volumes on top of the climbing costs of human capital related to minimum wage increases and, frankly, in some cases, the lack of a workforce to support the growth. These factors are all adding additional margin pressure to operations and, as a result, driving smart glasses demand to increase worker productivity. Vuzix smart glasses improve pick times, minimize errors, and generally reduce costs of operations across these industries. Vuzix smart glasses are being deployed by companies to support a variety of use cases. Notable examples of late include a $400,000 M400 smart glasses order we announced near the end of the first quarter to support one of our insurance customers, a Fortune 100 company, which falls into the category of remote support. In this case, we're providing our customers' agents with eyes and ears on the ground to guide and assist with claims associated with storm damage and the likes. Around the same time, we also announced that CooperVision, a unit of the Cooper companies and one of the world's leading manufacturers of soft contact lenses, successfully deployed our M400 smart glasses equipped with LogistiView's Vision Plus augmented reality warehouse software to provide hands-free picking guidance at their 275,000 square foot West Henrietta, New York distribution site. Healthcare, which emerged during COVID as one of the fastest growing market verticals for Vuzix, continues to accelerate in 2021, accounting for approximately 25% of our smart glasses revenue during the first quarter, up from almost nil in the first quarter of 2020. We are seeing our healthcare footprint expand globally, and our smart glasses are quickly becoming an industry standard. Vuzix smart glasses are now being used in healthcare for surgeries as a fundamental tool for performing certain operations. They're also providing a virtual presence within hospitals for clinical training, in senior care facilities to support telehealth solutions, for patient care in the ICU and in the operating room for remote guidance by medical device technicians. The surgical space is particularly exciting. One medtech company that Vuzix has a good commercial success with is Medtronic, a global leader in medical technology services and solutions. Medtronic is a great example of a company that has embraced and is championing the use of smart glasses in the operating room to take advantage of the benefits offered by smart glasses, including reducing prep time, limiting the need for travel, and providing critical support virtually in the operating room. Another is Medacta, one of the world's largest providers of innovative orthopedic products focusing on healthcare sustainability, for which our smart glasses support their next AR surgical AR platform. Medacta is using Vuzix hardware for smart glasses-based total knee replacement surgery and their technology is now driving new applications to leverage augmented reality in shoulder, hip, and spine surgery. We're also working closely with rapidly emerging players such as Pixie Medical and Rods and Cones. Pixie just received US 510K clearance for its Knee Plus total replacement surgery solution. They have been placing regular follow-on orders and recently placed an order for Vuzix M400 smart glasses that will more than double the total amount of their systems deployed to date to ambulatory surgical centers. Rods and Cones is another prime example. They're using our M-Series smart glasses as a video sharing device to support optimized remote interactions between surgeons and medical equipment technical experts. They have also been placing further orders as their demand continues to grow. Around the world, there is pent-up demand for surgeries that have been delayed due to COVID, and there are not enough surgeons and medical device technicians available to handle the current demand. Vuzix smart glasses are changing the game in the operating room by helping to solve this problem by increasing access to trained surgeons and med technicians through remote access into the OR. This capability is expanding the number of operations possible on a daily basis by enabling this virtual access. As you can see, healthcare in general has been growing for Vuzix, and we are engaging with and are beginning to supply smart glasses to many other major industry players. This alone is a massive multi-billion-dollar market opportunity for which our solutions are uniquely suited. We intend to own as much of this space as possible going forward. Summarizing the overall demand for our smart glasses, we continue to see an increasing number of qualified programs that are now scaling, placing larger and more frequent orders across our core vertical markets, including healthcare, remote support, logistics, and manufacturing, around both our M-Series products and the Vuzix Blade upgraded smart glasses. On the wireless front, we are seeing further interest from leading carriers across North America, EMEA, and Asia Pacific, centered around solutions for internal use and supporting wireless customers. Our relationship with major regional players like KDDI in Asia continues to expand, with growing sales through custom applications, using remote support, facial recognition, language translation, and more. Our revenue-generating business with Verizon to date has been modest, but continues to look promising as programs are brought to market with them. We recently announced with Verizon smart glasses support for Blue Jeans by Verizon, a global remote collaboration platform with a smart glasses interface that was developed by Verizon for Verizon's internal and external customer sales programs. We continue to work closely with Verizon's XR team to optimize the platform and overall enterprise user experience for the Vuzix M400 and M4000 smart glasses. Vuzix has participated in several public-facing webinars and podcasts with Verizon to support the EMS bundle for public safety, first responders, and the Department of Defense, which continues to make progress towards deployment despite COVID challenges. Keep an eye out for those upcoming events and other nationwide marketing efforts as they unfold to learn more about 5G, the mobile workforce, and AR smart glasses. On the OEM front, over the last 6 months, we have delivered a number of waveguide and display engine assets to our OEM partners that are being evaluated. The feedback from these customers has been positive, and the customers are engaged and working through details on next steps, which in some cases we expect additional NRE efforts for, and in other cases we expect to move to production orders. To reiterate, in January 2021, we announced that we had entered into a joint manufacturing and supply agreement with Jadebird Display. As per the multi-year agreement, Jadebird Display will provide micro-LED displays, and Vuzix will provide newly developed proprietary waveguides and projection display engines to work with these new types of microdisplays. Further, the two firms have agreed to engage and cooperate in joint sales and marketing activities, especially in the Asian marketplace, towards potential OEM customers with complete solutions ranging from micro-LED display engines and soon all the way up to AR smart glasses reference designs for third parties. We're presenting at the Society for Information and Display show next week and expect to be sharing much more at that event. We have been making great progress on this technology front, and it is the beginnings of a significant industry change to smart glasses form factors and capabilities. We continue to grow our intellectual property portfolio, which now consists of 192 patents and patents pending, up 35 versus 1 year ago and more than double that of 3 years ago. The development of our next generation micro-LED based smart glasses continues to progress well. Although I can't offer much more in terms of details just yet for proprietary reasons, I can say that this next generation tech remains slated for key customer and strategic partner introductions and testing in late 2021. In addition to micro-LED products, we are also working on new versions of our existing products which further improve their performance and features, helping to ensure Vuzix products stay leaders wherever possible. These improvements will include higher available display resolutions, expanded fields of view, enhanced ergonomics, new accessories, improved voice control navigation, both for existing and new products, new sensors, and upgraded OS platforms and core features. We should have an exciting, expanded product lineup for 2022 and beyond, with much of it leveraged from our strong current base. Vuzix now has the capital resources to better execute on the R&D and product fronts, and we intend to invest wisely. We will be investing in the core smart glasses technology, including optics, displays, time-of-flight, and other sensor technology and user interface technology. We will also have a focus on the development of vertical software applications around our smart glasses in markets that are not currently being addressed, including providing enhanced implementation support services. These SaaS-based applications should make smart glasses even more sticky for our customers and result in recurring revenue streams for Vuzix. We expect that in the future, for every hardware sale that includes one of our vertical SaaS solutions, we would see an even more significant recurring revenue stream from the application itself. I'd like to now pass the call over to Grant so he can review some aspects of our first quarter 2021 financial results.
Thank you, Paul. As Ed mentioned, the 10-Q we filed this afternoon with the SEC offers a detailed explanation of our quarterly financials, so I'm just going to provide you with a bit of color on some of the numbers now. Our first quarter total revenues for the 3 months ended March 31st, 2021 rose 156% over the prior year's period to $3.9 million. The increase was primarily a result of stronger M400 smart glasses sales, which tripled in revenues as compared to the same period in 2020. Overall sales of smart glasses rose 179% to $3.8 million in the quarter as compared to $1.4 million in the prior year's period. There was an overall gross profit of $1.1 million for the 3 months ended March 31st, 2021, as compared to a gross profit of $0.1 million for the same period in 2020. Overall net gross profit margin was 28% for Q1 2021 as compared to just 5% for Q1 2020. The improvement was primarily the result of higher product sales levels, which allowed us to more fully absorb our relatively fixed manufacturing overhead costs and to a lesser extent improve gross product margins as compared to our mix in the 2020 prior period. R&D expense was $2.1 million for the 3 months ended March 31st, 2021, as compared to $2 million for the comparable 2020 period, an increase of approximately 3%. The increase in R&D expense was primarily due to higher salary benefit, and stock-based compensation expense, mostly offset by a decrease in external consulting fees related to the M400 smart glasses development and maintenance. Selling and marketing expense for the 3 months ended March 31st, 2021 rose 8% year over year to $1.2 million, as the decrease in trade show costs were more than offset by increased salary and stock-based compensation, website, and advertising expenses. General and administrative expense for the 3 months ended March 31st, 2021 was $3.7 million, an increase of 141% or $2.2 million, largely due to salary and stock-based compensation related expenses, which rose $1.8 million, inclusive of a $1.6 million non-cash charge related to vesting of milestone awards under our new long-term incentive plan, or LTIP, the addition of a seasoned general manager, and agency recruiting fees. Excluding this non-cash LTIP charge, G&A expenses rose 37%. The other major net changes included a $0.3 million increase in legal and regulatory fees. The net loss for the 3 months ended March 31st, 2021 was $6.6 million or 12 cents per share versus the net loss of $5.9 million or 18 cents per share for the same period in 2020. And now for some balance sheet highlights. As a result of ongoing warrant exercises during the first quarter and our recent equity offering in March, our balance sheet has strengthened significantly since year-end. Our cash position as of March 31st, 2021 was $132.7 million, and we had a net working capital position of $140.6 million. Cash used in operations, excluding changes in our working capital, totaled $3.8 million for the first quarter of 2021 as compared to $4.3 million in the first quarter of 2020, a decrease of 12%. Cash used for investing activities for the first quarter of 2021 was $0.7 million as compared to $0.3 million in the prior year's period, as our investments in CapEx, patents, and licenses rose year over year. During the 3 months ended March 31st, 2021, we received $103 million in net cash from financing activities, which included $80 million in net proceeds from our public offering that closed March 31st, 2021, and $35 million in net proceeds from the cash exercise of warrants. These proceeds were partially offset by a $10 million payment to Intel for the settlement of our accrued but previously undeclared Series A preferred stock dividends, which were converted into common shares in late January 2021. On April 1st, we received an additional $12 million pursuant to the full exercise by underwriters of their over-allotment option for an additional net proceeds of $12 million, effectively bringing our pro forma cash position to approximately $145 million as of that date, April 1st. For the 3 months ended March 31st, 2020, we did not receive any proceeds from financing activities. And as of March 31st, 2021, the company does not have any current or long-term debt obligations outstanding. Of note, on our current asset balances as of March 31st, 2021, we were required to increase our investment in manufacturing vendor prepayments from December 31st, 2021 to $2.3 million, or approximately $1.8 million. This investment is really just for component inventories and was made to secure a supply of certain electronics which are in demand currently and have some probability of going end of life in the place of new items. As of today, we do not see significant requirements to make further such investments, but we are monitoring our supply chain closely to ensure we have enough coverage on certain items into 2022. As a result, these investments could increase. Looking forward to the balance of 2021, we expect to continue to at least double our levels of investing activities for the 2021 fiscal years as compared to actuals in 2020, primarily focused on new product tooling, development, and IP. We as well currently expect to increase R&D spending by at least 50% over 2020 comparable levels. Further, we intend to incur additional spending on sales and marketing activities, particularly overseas, where we see many opportunities for growth. Vuzix now has the capital resources to smartly invest and grow its future business. And with the expected planned revenue growth in 2021 and beyond, we see great value in investing more for such growth while expanding our IP and competitive position. Put simply, we intend to judiciously deploy and leverage our increased capital resources for the benefit of our stockholders, customers, and staff. With that, I'd like to turn the call back over to Paul.
Thanks, Grant. As the world comes back to work post-COVID, smart glasses are shaping up to be a fundamental part of it. In so many ways, the promises of smart glasses and enterprise across the board are becoming a reality, and Vuzix is positioned better than most any other firm to capitalize on and lead in an industry touted to be in the multi-billions of dollars in value. Vuzix also has its strongest balance sheet in the company's history to support operations and our efforts to accelerate revenue growth and R&D, including new product developments. As you might imagine, Vuzix is well positioned to achieve another year of solid year-over-year revenue growth. I'd like to now turn the call back over to the operator for Q&A.
Thank you. And at this time, we will be conducting a question and answer session. If you would like to ask a question, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad.